Next, I'd like to introduce a 23-year veteran in the United States Army. Was based at Fort Carson for a while, right where we're at. I'm at there in Colorado Springs. First Sergeant Darryl Davis. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir.
If you could tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, talk about how long you've served, maybe some of your deployments, and where you're from.
Well, I'm from Anderson, Alabama, into the Army in 1988. My first assignment was in Germany, Augsburg, Germany. Then I left there, went to Fort Carson, got to Fort Carson, went to Desert Storm around late 90s. Then came back, spent 2 years there after I returned from Desert Storm. Then I went to Germany, to Korea for a year. And was fortunate enough to come back to Fort Carson, where my wife was staying, waiting on me to return. I spent 6 more years at Fort Carson, then I re-enlisted to get my wife close to home, Beaumont, Texas, at Fort Polk, because she had followed me around for 9 years and being the only girl in the family, so I felt it was my duty, to kind of get her close to home. From there, I was selected to go be a drill sergeant, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Once I came off the trail in 2002, I deployed with 17th Brigade out of Fort Sill for invasion of Iraq, OIF-1. I'm on my 4th deployment. I deployed in 03 to 04, and I also deployed in 05, 06. And I went to Fort Hood, where 3rd Cavalry Regiment returned. And I was assigned to them, and I deployed with them in 07 to 09, 15-month deployment. And I'm back with the Brave Rifles, serving my 4th tour, facilitating Operation New Dawn.
Wow. So you were one of the soldiers we hear a lot about, 3, 4, 5, 6 deployments.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the differences, because you've been through the different stages, before the surge, after the surge, and now the assist part of it. Talk about the differences you've seen in the progress.
Well, the difference I've seen in the progress of my tours have been here. My previous tours over here, we pretty much was more in the offensive stage of the battle. Then the first tour, I helped train, which we called Iraqi Civil Defense Corps, ICD. We helped train them up, and I saw progress in them, which was very beneficial to the start of Operation New Dawn, which led up to it. And now I'm serving in Operation New Dawn, which we call Advise, By, With, and Through an Assist, which we're in Stability Ops now. It's basically called Stability Ops. I've seen a big improvement in their army, also their police. I've seen more of cohesiveness being built now. I've seen more of a certain in their ability to defend their country now. We have, since we've been here, we have provided them with a lot of more of establishing systems. I think they're good with their skill set. We're working more now, focusing on establishing their system. Once they get their system in place, which they're doing, they came a long way. I think America will be proud of the effort and liberation we have brought to this country.
There's a lot of sacrifice that has led up to this point, and from the Iraqis we talked to, they understand it, and they really appreciate it too.
Yes, sir. A lot of sacrifice has been made on both parts, back home as well as over here. And whenever going through a crisis like this, I would call it a crisis because a lot of family members back home are also sacrificing a lot, as well as the Iraqi people. So both sides of the country, both citizens are taking a real big sacrifice. And my family, for one, and I know a lot of more American families also, along with Iraqi families, are making a lot of sacrifices that would be beneficial at the end of this road.
Well, we'll be glad to know that you're all home too. I'm sure your family is really looking forward to it again.
Yes, sir. My wife, she supports me a whole lot. You know, she is my backbone. You know, the military had this thing where we say the NCO Corps is the backbone of the Army. And if I could say in a metamorphic way, my wife is the backbone of this Corps. The Army families are the backbone of the military.
Yeah, I see that with my daughter and her family, with my son-in-law being 2 15-month deployments like that. Yeah, the family is serving and making a lot of sacrifices, the children too.
Yeah, and my kids also, they're supportive. You know, when I look at the Iraqi kids over here, every face I see my kid face. And so that gives me more spiritual motivation to make sure, you know, I understand my job and I understand why I'm here, and it makes it that more easy to deal with the stress and the distress from being away from home. But every time I look at an Iraqi kid or a family member, it reminds me of mine. And I want my kids to always have that freedom, and well, that's the Iraqi kids.
Absolutely. Talk about care packages. We heard a little bit earlier about it and what it means to you when you get them.
It means a big deal to me. As a first sergeant, one of my primary role is to take care of soldiers. So I which was passed down to me from a good Sergeant Major Charles Taylor, who's in 1st Squadron Sergeant Major. Last deployment, I was he was my Sergeant Major, and he taught me the importance of taking care of soldiers, and I took that with me, and as being a first sergeant, we have gotten a lot of care package response, a lot of support from back home, a lot of support. I mean, this room right here itself used to be about 3/4 full with care packages. Wow. Yeah, it was a lot of care package from charitable organization back in the States, churches, hometown churches, hometown groups. Just family members getting together, you know, supporting the soldiers, Angels of America, Sons of America, you know, Soldiers of America organization. It was really supportive. And I think the soldiers, once they see that support from back home, it kind of gives them a little bit of motivation and inspiration to continue on. So we had a lot of more support from back home.
That's great. Would you like to give a shout out to your family and friends back home?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, Alicia Shalette Davis. We've been married for 20 years, going on 21. Next year, she don't know it, but I'm going to make sure we have our 20th-year anniversary. We're going to renew our vows. I'd like to give a shout out to my oldest son, DJ, Darryl, and my beautiful daughter, Autumn. They'll be home soon. Love you all.
So your wife's going to hear this pretty quick. Yeah. On video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your service to our country.
No, thank you. And tell your daughter I appreciate her joining, because it was a tough time, and for a young kid nowadays to give up their hopes and dreams to help the cause, that really means a lot to me.
I was pretty surprised when she enlisted, and of course her husband's been deployed twice, so it's interesting watching the interaction within the family too, personally seeing it. And my brother just come back from a deployment too. So,
well, you tell him I say I appreciate that.
All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We look forward to going out with your troops today.
Thank you. Matter of fact, we'll be glad to have both of you guys.
Thank you.
You can be the gunner.
The gunner?
Yes.
Really?
You can be the one standing out the hatch with the 50 cal. You can be the gunner.
Not serious, eh?
But I got to teach you green, red, and amber, though.
Ron's going to want to do that. He's back there.
I got to teach you green, amber, and red, the clearing procedures.
Okay. Listen, I'm getting this up. I think Ron's going to be the one to try to get me. Ron's going to be the one to want to get in there.
Okay.
Army Ranger here. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.